Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab in the wee hours of the morning. I do what I do for you. Let's do what we do. That is the 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. Message and story for life. That's what I do. Give life lessons to you. You tune in to receive them. You got a good thing going. Let's ride. Right Thinkers mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinkers way of life, and it is a way of life, through mental and spiritual discipline daily, will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka to know thyself. That's my mission for all my right thinkers to do just that. I'm gonna give you the tools and information, everything you need to make it happen for you. All you gotta do is put the work in. Let's go. And the work is knowing thyself. All the work you putting in to do what you need to do is to end goal is to know thyself. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. They'll never know themselves. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is my favorite. Simple people, you teach them. That's why I do what I do. It's all for you. Hope you get the lessons in. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believe that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I ain't got time for that. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I can wake them up. Spiritual alarm clock. My job is to wake you up to yourself with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. I think of know thyself into my eye. Be true. Today, let's talk about to obtain self mastery, aka self control, or conquer the ego, becoming Haru, reaching Nihas, all those phrases, all those things. But it's all about what you do to make that happen. That's the end result of the action that you put forth to get that result. So the day lesson is to master yourself control, aka ego, use spiritual discipline. If you don't employ spiritual discipline, you're going to have fetters, drama, problems on a day to day basis. Why? Because you're not employing what you need to keep you doing what you need to do, which is the right thing for the right reason, like I do. No more me, no more I. It's all about serving the higher self and doing what's right. The results, the rewards is awesome. All right, let's talk about it. Long title, yeah, but hope I can get the point across. Of course, that's the whole idea to get you. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what I told you. Then I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you what I told you again. So it's get repetitious. To be told, to be told, and be told again. The big three. As far as teaching, that's the concept. All right, here you go. I'm tested daily to use what? My spiritual discipline to maintain what? My self control, aka have my ego under control. When you master controlling the ego, you're good to go. Why? Because if you don't master controlling the ego, he's going to creep up. And every now and then he's going to show himself. Mine don't do that no more. Why? Only when I allow him to do whatever I need him to do. Other than that, he's under control. And that's spiritual discipline. Yes, they work together. Why? For the common good of the higher self, I need to have spiritual discipline and to be able to control myself. You need them both to what? Know thyself. Everything is self, but it's things that you need to do to make that happen for yourself. Self preservation, self improvement, self awareness. All this is important for every individual to have for themselves. Again, there we go. I have to show that my right thinking philosophy is not just for now and then, but it's a way of life. I put together a concept that I can live by, and I've been doing pretty good with it. And I see those who practice and adopting it, working in themselves and having success also. So that's what makes me happy. When you prove what you use in aka spiritual discipline daily works for you, you do that, and everybody who sees you and know you will see a difference in what you do. That's what spiritual discipline will do for you. It raises your consciousness where you ain't doing stuff that you normally would do or used to do, and people probably expect you to do. I've turned a few heads with my no reaction to situations that I normally would, but that proves to me that I'm getting better. All right. And the proof for improvement, for self improvement, only counts for the individual, not what other people think. You're not trying to impress them. You try to do you. Make that the focal point. Okay. I've been very selfish all my life. Don't know why, but I've always been. So that means I'm gonna do me first. I'm definitely doing me. So don't get that twisted. I hear people say, I do more for anybody else. You crazy. Be selfish. It's healthy. Let's go. Being God conscious is living by spiritual disciplines and having total control over your ego, aka self-control. The ego self wants to run the show. And if you're ignorant, if you're unconscious, if you don't know about that aspect of your character, you're going to fall victim to be duped by your ego. Because I'm God conscious, watch this. I use my spiritual disciplines when daily. I live by them. That's what keeps me doing the right thing. That ain't easy, but once you started doing it, you'll see the difference. Trust me. My spiritual discipline, watch this, is why I have self control, personal respect for myself to the utmost. Why? I know who I am. I know why I am that way, and I treat myself with that kind of understanding. I used to react first. Hot-headed, whatever. Oh, I thought I was the Hulk. Why? Because if you make me swell up, oh, I'm about to do some business. I'm about to do work. I enjoy doing that. Not so much now. You getting too old for that swelling up nonsense. So yeah, I used to react first, but now I react first and think second. Now with my spiritual discipline, and that not using spiritual discipline, not having it, kept me in trouble. Now that I use my spiritual discipline, keeps me out of trouble. If something is not working, do something else. If something is working, continue to do that. It's like stopping something good to try something bad and not stopping something bad to try something good. That's not right thinking. I know I've gotten better. Why? My skin's gotten thicker. Okay. I can take ignorant people a lot better now. I was getting annoyed with ignorance. I was getting about to be ignorant myself. I had to say, whoa, whoa, whoa. Nope, nope. That's why you get better. That's my spiritual discipline kicking in. You can call me, what's this, bad names. You can say bad things about me. And at one time, that would bother me. And I would react. But now, spiritual discipline tells me, let it go. And I hate that. I'm hating it less now because I first started practicing that. I didn't like that. I'm getting better. Now, lack of spiritual discipline is what I had most of my life. Okay. I had no self control. I would creep. I would cheat. I would be deceitful. I would do whatever it is I wanted to do to fulfill my personal desires. And that didn't get me nowhere but in more trouble, more drama, more fetters. Again, self-inflicted stuff that I just put on myself by not being spiritually disciplined. So young man, get your discipline, and order. Why? That's important for you. Trust me. Women too. When you give in to your lower desires, be you male or female, it's not good. Spiritual discipline is like knowledge. You can use it if you can't use it if you don't have it. If you're not spiritually disciplined with understanding knowledge of yourself, you can't use it because you don't have it. It's like trying to be strong, you ain't got no muscles. So what you do? Work out, get stronger. That's how you do it. Spirituality, you study, you live by the studies, what you learn, and that's how you manifest betterment for yourself. Self-improvement means I've changed what I used to do. I no longer do the things that wasn't good for me. I've changed. That's becoming born again, becoming Christian, Christ-like. I don't care what you call it, but it's what you do. So I'm not big on names, calling, but I'm big on action. When you're lacking spiritual discipline, you don't know yourself or your higher self, aka God. So you better not here believing and acting a fool, don't know nothing or nobody. You're destined to recycle. In the words of Gino, going to hell. You won't have self-control over your lower nature, ego, without what? Self-control, aka spiritual discipline. Your spiritual discipline will keep you from doing certain things that you might do if you didn't have that concept. So it's important to be a thinker. It's important to gain spiritual discipline and employ it and watch it work. Trust me. When you have no self-control, aka spiritual discipline, it's because of your spiritual ignorance of your higher self. I didn't always have self-control, aka spiritual discipline. I was more out of control until I got when I was way out of control, looking for a fight, hoping somebody rubbed me the wrong way so I can do what I like to do back in the day. I was out of control. Now I have spiritual discipline. That works for me. And all those who may have been a victim of their own actions from my hands, they get a pass. God bless you. I'm going in peace. Now, personally, the goal of right thinking, watch this, is to teach you self-mastery, aka self-control, defeating the ego. You know, I'm big on set. Why? If you don't put him in check, he's going to run him up. The spiritual discipline is what gives you self-control, control over your lower nature, and spiritual discipline is a lifestyle that you can live on a day-to-day basis and keep you going down the right path of self-enlightenment. Spiritual discipline keeps you walking the walk, okay? Spiritual belief keeps you talking the talk. If you practice what you preach, right thinking philosophy daily, and that's what I do, you will get better at your self-control, just like I am. It's a process. You don't come out the box. You like everybody else. Start from the beginning and work your way up. If you're in the process and you know you started here, and as you get better, you see some progress, that's self-control. That's self-discipline. Not doing the things that you know is wrong. That's self-control. Righteous living is exercising your spiritual discipline when every day and perfecting your self-control when on a day-to-day basis. You can't say I had self-control last week and lose control this week. Say, well, I did it last week. Don't work that way. Day to day by day. Trust me. And that's how you get better at anything. Practice. I'm big on practice. Right thinking philosophy's goal is to teach what young people to have knowledge of self and to master that control over self, aka spiritual discipline. And that makes you a different person. I told you, when you're angry agitated and upset, your whole body chemistry changes. The blood changes. The fluid in your body changes. Everything gets vibrated at a bad rate. You're not calm. You're not at ease. Dis-ease is when you act like that. When you're at ease, you're at peace, you're calm, you're breathing right, your mind is functioning, everything is flowing. That's where you want to be. That's a state of mind considered heaven or bliss. No worries, no problems, no. You need to be able to go there in your mind. That's what meditation does for you. If you don't, you need to try. Okay, let me get this done. Appreciate you tuning in. Right thing in philosophy. Okay, I did that. Excuse me. Self-mastery. Self-mastery is the result of you mastering your spiritual disciplines, learning your spiritual truths, living by them, and mastering yourself to be your best self. That's right thing philosophy. That's what I want for all my right thinkers. And we have a bunch of them walking around. The ignorant ones had to take notice. We got so many people, you don't know the ignorant from the wise, so you can't tell good from bad. When Ra sent his daughter Setmet to get the unrighteous, they started looking the same. Another story, but yeah, it's hard to tell the righteous from the unrighteous today. Why? Because they pretty much, yeah. So yeah, where am I? The last one about to wrap it up. But spiritual discipline is when mastered, you are a right thinker philosophy master, aka you know yourself. That's the goal. Once you get there, you bye-bye. Why? You no longer need my tutelage. You no longer need my teachings. Why? You've learned as much as you can learn from me when you know yourself. I'm on to the next one. Why? I got somebody else to deal with. You good. Go ahead. Sorry. You can help others. Okay? That qualifies you. Everybody gets certificates. Everybody get plaques, all this good stuff. When you are spiritual, you don't need plaques and certificates. You just need opportunity. How about that? Spiritual discipline, okay, yeah. Self-control is living by your spiritual disciplines that hold you accountable to do the right thing on a day-to-day basis. When that becomes a way of life, you're in a good place. I'm blessed. I don't walk around bragging about how blessed I am, but I would love to just shout, I'm blessed. In the words of my pastor, every morning, how you doing, sir? Oh, I can't complain. He's too good to me. It took me years to really grasp it. Now it makes sense to me. That's a good thing. Your ego self, watch this, has to be what? Put under control. If you are egoistic and you braggadocious, if you don't control that part of you, you don't become humble, you don't become meek, you don't become respectful of your higher self, you're always going to be egoistic and you're never going to know yourself. Why? Because you fronting. You ain't controlling nothing. The ego's running you. Self-discovery, yeah, but spiritual enlightenment supersedes self-discovery. Why? Because a lot of people think they discover themselves when the situation in life happens or they have a scenario, but no, self-discovery is putting in the work and knowing who you are, getting to raise that level of consciousness for yourself. That's work. That ain't easy. We think going to the 9 to 5, no, work is working on you. With right thinking philosophy, if you're a right thinking philosophy master, you are one of those who mastered what? Their lower self, aka ego self. That's all you have to do. If you living from the waist down, you still ran by the ego. The ego just wanna, yeah, okay, male or female. I keep telling you, I don't discriminate. I don't split hairs. It's the same for both. Don't make a difference to me. Last one, self-mastery is what? Mastering all aspects of your lower self or your complete self. Set under control. Haru is in the driver's seat, and that's you knowing you. That's the goal of right thinking philosophy. I got you. Stay tuned. I'll be back.